I'm Chief National Investigative Correspondent Mark Albert. For the past 3 months, we've investigated election security here and across the country. We've exposed vulnerabilities in voting, cybersecurity warnings ignored, a lack of urgency and money to fix the problems before Election Day, and gaps in state and federal preparedness. Those gaps span states and political parties, even after the Director of National Intelligence said the warning lights are blinking red for another cyber attack. But we found despite the threat, states and the federal government have not done all they can to protect the midterm elections.
We assume Russia's campaign targeted all 50 states.
Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen delivered a blunt warning to the country's top election officials. No state is safe from cyber threats. So too did the country's intelligence director.
Today, the digital infrastructure that serves this country is literally under attack.
Do you think states are doing enough to take the threat seriously?
Yes, I do.
Tom Hicks is chairman of the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, which just handed out $380 million to states to strengthen their voting systems. But nearly 70% of the states waited more than 2 months to ask for the money. Now that the last state, Maine, requested it, there's no requirement. They spend it to protect November's midterm elections. How long do states have to use that money?
They have 5 years to use that money. So
would you advise them to use it sooner?
Exactly.
And that's not the only missed opportunity. As of July, just 18 of the 50 states had asked the Department of Homeland Security for free risk and vulnerability assessments. DHS wouldn't reveal which ones, citing security. And only about half of state election officials eligible for permanent security clearances from the federal government have them. They need that clearance to receive ongoing classified information about threats. We asked Chairman Hicks about that, and we're stunned at his answer.
Security clearances take time to get through.
Right, so about 88 of the 150 eligible have them.
For instance, my security clearance has not come through. I've requested it, but we're working to make sure that it's done correctly.
So the chairman of the Election Assistance Commission does not yet have their security clearance?
Correct.
Isn't that a problem?
Well, we're working on correcting that problem.
That's a problem.
Jim Kondos is the Secretary of State of Vermont and the president of the National Association of Secretaries of State.
Next up will be Charlie for the state of Mississippi.
Kondos showed us the scale and scope of the ongoing cyber attacks on his own systems.
We're getting upwards of 2 million hits a day. Approximately 800,000 of those we suspect are unauthorized attacks.
800,000?
Correct.
That's 40% of all web traffic every day to your state websites you believe could be malicious.
We believe that that's so.
That's a stunning number.
It is. In fact, it shocked me.
And that's just for Vermont. DHS told 21 states hackers probed or attacked their election systems in 2016. This year, a dozen states have at least one precinct that uses electronic voting machines that do not leave a paper copy of cast ballots, making it impossible to recreate a tally with paper if someone tampers with a machine, leading House Democrats to label those states and 6 more as the most vulnerable in the nation. Still relying on paperless machines worries Kondos. You believe that the states that use voting equipment that do not keep a paper record of every cast ballot should change their election machines?
Yes.
Why?
Because we think that going back to paper is necessary to protect the integrity of our elections.
One estimate found replacing all paperless machines and fully securing elections would cost $1.4 billion. Updating 11-year-old guidelines at Chairman Hicks' Election Assistance Commission would cost far less. But the only federal agency focused full-time on elections has just 2 of its 4 commissioners, so it can't pass any new policy to protect the vote.
The fact that there is no quorum, I think, is unacceptable.
The White House just nominated a 3rd commissioner, former Virginia Elections Chief Donald Palmer, but a hearing in Congress has not been scheduled. Also in Congress, a bill called the Secure Elections Act has bipartisan support, but has not yet been given a floor vote. And even with the threat of cyber intrusion still high, the White House eliminated its top cyber coordinator position in May. The White House has tried to reassure Americans that it is doing enough.
This is a threat we need to take extremely seriously.
The Trump administration's top security officials in August promised a vast effort is underway to protect our elections and that they're more resilient now than when Russia attacked the 2016 campaign.
We acknowledge the threat It is real, it is continuing, and we're doing everything we can to have a legitimate election that the American people can have trust in.
But they also acknowledged a pervasive, sophisticated campaign by Russia and possibly others is underway to steal information from candidates, spread division on social media, and corrupt our elections. Cyber experts sounded the alarm meeting with election officials at a national summit in St. Louis, who vowed to remain vigilant. But some may be falling short.
There has been resistance, yeah.
That's Eric Hodge of Cyber Scout, an Arizona cybersecurity firm. He briefed secretaries of state from across the country in St. Louis in September.
This is a real high priority and something that I would have hoped would have been addressed in some places maybe a little bit more aggressively than it has.
What I'm worried about are attempts to manipulate voter confidence.
Homeland Security Undersecretary Chris Krebs will oversee a national situational awareness room on Election Day. DHS has promised to improve the sharing of threats with the states.